TikTok.
Well, we got one of the hardest hatchbacks to tint over here. This is the Ford Fiesta, and then it's just the hatchback version. I think all the hatchbacks, whether regardless of it, is the same. So I'm just going to get into this really quick because this one is definitely a difficult one to one-piece tint. So because a lot of other ways to shrink it is to just tint half of the bottom first and half of the top. That's going to be a little bit easier than the method I'm going to show you also. This is just a method if that you just wanted to get it done in one piece and you're having trouble with it. So I'm going to show you really quick. This is how to do it. So what you would do, you would lift the film up while you're staging it, and then you'd pull extremely tight so that the tension, you get this little side finger. That's completely fine. You can deal with that after you tint it. So even this side, you pull extremely tight, and it's okay if you get those side fingers. So the only downside about pulling the film really tight before you tint a car is that if you're doing backlashes, you're going to get a little bit of fingers out the bottom, which is completely fine on hatchback. So that's why I'm showing you this method on how to one piece the Fiestas. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this because they don't have their little windshield wiper on the back. So in this case, I can actually do a one piece on it because usually, you would be two piecing it because there's just too much shit in the way on this car anyway. But I'm going to show you that if you could one piece it, you can definitely two piece it, guys. So, and the trick with this is just never to use too much heat in one spot. You want to aim your heat gun downwards to tint this one. You want to aim it down for the airflow. Like if you ever see anything tightening up, just fluff air under. Like every time it tightens up or you see a tight line and you're like, oh man, that's going to crease on me, just give it some air under. Leave it under there. Let's go back and forth. So this side is going to be the hardest side to tint. So I'll tell you that right now. I can already tell how it's looking. So boom, boom, going down. I'm making sure that I'm aiming my heat gun down so we're getting airflow throughout the whole tint. So a lot of people just dry tint it, like boom, boom. But you can do that. You can get away with that on a lot of cars. But if you're doing something that just takes a little bit more, skill like this one, you got to be really careful. So I'm gonna show you guys something really quick because you see on the bottom how it's looking like no matter what I do, it's just going to collapse on me. So this is where you would get to that zone to where, because what's happening is that this film, it's being compressed to its limit. So you would still do your normal. You're going to blow your air under it. You're going to blow your air under it, both sides. But this time I'm going to back my heat gun up and shrink it. So I'm still going to shrink it, but I'm going to shrink it from a long ways away. So depending on what area I'm at. And I'm going to wait for it to collapse slowly. Boom. See what I'm saying? See? It looks like nothing's happening, but it's getting shrunk. And I'm right now, I'm a ways away. I'm not up on it anymore. Because I'm towards the bottom. The film is getting stretched out on how much heat it can take. So what I'm doing, it's kind of like I'm just warming it up and I'm shrinking it. I'm not even really heating it. I'm just warming it up just a little bit. And then I could come back. I can get more aggressive. Then I could come back to it. See what I'm saying? Same for this side. Go under. And this is my aggressive. Remember where your most aggressive curve is. This is the aggressive curve over here. I got more slack on this side. So I'm gonna come back. This one is starting to lock. I'll separate it. I'll come back to that because I gotta remember that's where I'm gonna use less heat at. And then this one, see, aggressive. So if you got another thing with aggressive fingers, you see something that's so aggressive, what you can do, transfer it back to the left side. Just transfer it back to the left, release the film. Back up though, because if you overdo this, you're gonna burn the film. See right here, it wants to burn. So I'm gonna back up, I'm gonna warm it. Instead of shrinking it, I'm just gonna warm it up. See, it wanted to burn on me and it was starting it. It was literally gonna start a crease on me right down there. Just warming it up. At the bottom, yeah, you can get more aggressive at the bottom, but that's, you know, you got to really have a feel for your film. And you see these side fingers, don't worry about that. When you install these are going to be look, if you can do this on the outside, the inside, it's going to be easy peasy. Don't worry about it. See how this top is flaring up on me? It's okay. Come back to that. I'll show you how to deal with the flares. The top's flaring up. Back up. Just back up. Fluff it. Just a little bit of heat, not too much. And I can come back. The top, it's less to shrink. Boom. So what I did right there, I made a mistake while I'm sitting here recording. So I pressed way too much tension over here. You see these lines? Those are tension lines because I smushed all the tension this way. So this is, if you ever get into this situation, don't keep going that same direction. If you see those lines buckling to this side, that means you pushed everything over. So don't keep going that same direction, guys. You got to come back. Boom. And my film, it wants to buckle on me right here, so I'm gonna just back up a little bit. This is still, and it's probably, boom, boom. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect right now. You just come back to it. You're just trying to get all that tension. See how I relieved all that tension? I pushed it back. Come back over here, finish that top, and then over here. Don't worry about the things that are right on the sides. You don't need to worry about that. I promise you guys, it doesn't need to be a beautiful, it doesn't need to be a beautiful shrink from the outside. See, look at that. And even with this, see what happened with my tension because I'm over here talking, playing around. I was supposed to back off of it and go up, but it's still okay. Even if you got a little bit of wonkiness over here, you guys don't be afraid to be like, you know what? I'll handle this on the inside. This is nothing on the inside. It will not show up on the inside. Once you get in the inside, you can smooth that out with the water. You'll be completely fine if something as minute as that happens. A lot of you guys are panicking like you need the beautiful shrink. Like on difficult cars like this, you don't need the beautiful shrink from the outside. You just need it to be down, you know, best as possible. The side fingers are handled from the inside. It's cool. Handle it from the inside is cool. Handle it from the inside is cool. But that's how you shrink a one piece. And you can definitely do this in two pieces. You know, if you're definitely having trouble with this car, just two piece it and do it the same way I taught you. Just to shrink, you know, when you stage it, go like this. Shrink the top first. Go to the bottom, shrink the bottom. And then what you're gonna do is put the whole thing on there, hit it with water. Because what you're doing, you're just gonna it's like a hit confirm. You're confirming everything. You just want to see where your fingers are going to be at. And beyond that, that's how you tint one of the hardest common hatchbacks for Fiesta. Like and subscribe. Tint Talk.